Well, hello, lady. Hello, sir. You looking good today. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, I am Trevor. You know, guys, I need to get me a little jingle or something. But I just wanted to do a really quick update of my journey and where I'm at now. So if you've been following my journey, you know that I had gastric bypass in 2016. It's been a minute. And then shortly after that, I was doing really good and I was losing the weight. And I had to move to Georgia for personal reasons. I did move to Georgia. So definitely go back and follow my journey, okay? So I've been here back in Virginia for quite some time, quite a few years, about 3 years or so, maybe 4. I don't know. I lose track of time. Anyhow, but being back here, I'm so nervous. I don't know why. Being back here in Virginia, I was able to reconnect with my original team that helped me with my gastric bypass surgery. So my starting weight was upwards of 136 or so pounds. My surgery weight, however, was 421 pounds. And so after surgery, I got down to probably somewhere around maybe 270, maybe the upwards of 260. But in that ballpark, I was about there. And so since like moving back to Virginia and being here, I fluctuate a great deal. So I fluctuate as low as 290 and all the way up into about 300. And I've been in the last, like this year, I guess the heaviest I've been is about 310. And so over the course of the last year, I have really struggled. And so that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So, again, a lot of my journey, I have tried to be very transparent because I didn't see a lot of people that was my size, that had my body type, that had some of the issues that I had anywhere. And so I want to be I just want to be support for anybody out there who is somewhat like me. Because it's always nice to be able to, I think, along the journey, because to me, the journey never stops. You are forever on this journey once you get on the train. And so I find myself going back, still looking for those who I followed at the beginning to see how they're doing. So I just wanted to be that for someone else, okay? So over the last year, definitely over the last year, maybe 2 years or so, I've really struggled with my weight and gaining some. I lose it, I gain it, I lose it. And I have found that over the last year that the only way that I can, as the lowest I can lose to is about 290, like on my own. And with that is having like a protein shake in the morning for breakfast, a protein shake for lunch, and then having like a small sensible dinner, which I've talked to my nutritionist and she does not want me to do that at all. She's like, Trevor, you can have 1 protein shake, but you don't need to be drinking 2 protein shakes and not eating food. She wants me to be eating food. And so what I found with me was as soon as I ate something, I felt like I kind of stayed hungry. Like I would eat and I'd eat my meal and I'd be good for a little bit of time and then I'd be hungry again. And so I'd be like, okay, well, I need to eat. And for a while I thought, well, it's head hunger, right? It's head hunger. I need to get over it. I need to stop eating. People was telling me that, like, Trevor, like, it's head hunger. Are you really hungry? I'm like, yeah, like my stomach is growling. Like I'm hungry, you know? And so I started doing some research. I went to my surgeon. I was like, I'm gaining weight. Like, I want you to go back in and shrink my stomach down again. They was like, no, Trevor, we do not do surgery for regain. We don't do it. And I was like, okay. So anyhow, so I worked really closely with my nutritionist over the last year. I mean, I've tried everything other than like that, you know, the 2 shakes, and then the Sensible Meal, which is kind of like a pre-op diet like that they put you on. You know, I've tried Optavia, I tried keto, I tried a lot of different things over the last year, and I just couldn't get the weight off, and I couldn't keep it off, you know. And so I talked to my nutritionist, and I told her I was getting really, really frustrated, and I was getting really down. I mean, I was working out in the gym. I was doing everything that I knew to do. And so she told me to go back in and to have them go and look at my pouch just to see that everything was okay. And I said, okay. She asked me if I felt that I still had the restriction that I had, and I told her no, that I didn't feel like my pouch was working for me. So I did a reset, and that didn't work. And so she said, well, then maybe they need to go in and look at it. So when they went in and they looked at my pouch, they found that the opening at the bottom of my stomach and into my intestines had been stretched, or they're going to say it's dilated, right? It's opened wider. So they took a picture of it. So I have a picture. I'm going to show you. So if you're squeamish, this is the time to click off or to fast forward, okay? So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, let's see. Here we go. So this right here is my stomach. Okay, the top one, this one. This is my stomach. And this is the size of it. This right here is the size, well, not my stomach, but that opening at the bottom of your stomach. And this is the size that it's supposed to be, okay? So how my guy explained it to me is that when you have gastric bypass, that the bottom, that seal that they create that goes into your intestines, is supposed to be the size of a dime. It's supposed to be really, really small. And that's where you start at. You start at like the size of a dime. So that gives you the restriction that you need, right? So it helps you to stay full longer. It helps your food to stay in your pouch so that you get full and so that you stay full. So with that being opening, what's happening in my case is my food is going directly, when I swallow it, from my esophagus directly into my intestines. It's not stopping in my stomach. And so when I eat my lunch or my dinner or whatever, I eat it, and then it immediately goes and I begin digesting it. So I feel a small sense of fullness for a little while, and then my pouch is empty again. And so they explained to me that could be the cause of the regaining of the weight that I've regained. And so with that being said, I decided to have the TORE, TORE, which is the transoral reduction something. I'm sorry, I had it all before I started my video. Now I can't remember. So what they do is they go in and they take that hole and they do some sutures. They go in like through a endoscopy. So they go down through your esophagus into your stomach. And they suture that up, and they close it up to where it's small again, like the size of a dime. So he told me that right now, currently, my opening is the size of a quarter and a nickel side by side. It's pretty big. And so Monday the 21st of June, I'm gonna go in and they're gonna make that small for me again. So with the procedure, their estimate or their hope, everybody's hope, my definite hope, is that I will lose, you lose about, he said, I think 10% of your body weight. So not as much as you do at the beginning of your surgery, but you lose quite a bit. So they're expecting that I'm hoping that I will lose between 30 and 40 pounds. And my goal is to work really hard to keep that weight off. So when I first had my surgery, I don't know if I've ever said, but when I first had my surgery, I never really had a goal weight. I made a lot of bad choices. We all make a lot of bad choices. Moving to Georgia was not the best choice for me, but I needed to go for myself. How I could have made that a good choice was as if I had found a doctor, a bariatric surgeon, a surgical team that I was comfortable with while I was there, so they could have helped and followed my journey. I didn't do that. So while I was in Georgia for about 2 to 3 years, I had no one. And so when I got back here is when I kind of started going back to my nutritionist, talking with her, seeing my team again, having my labs drawn, you know, working on my vitamins, and stuff like that. So this is just part of my process. And I am continuing my journey. So I wanted to just share that with you guys, just in case there's anybody else out there who is like, dang, I don't have the restriction that I have. I'm constantly being hungry. You know, it's not always in your head. It was such a, it was so nice. And it was a blessing to be able to see this, because I honestly thought I was doing everything wrong, right? You see everybody around you who said, or not everybody around you, but you see people online and, you know, different people that you know, and they're like losing the weight and it's dropping off and they're keeping it off. And you're like I dropped it and now I can't drop anymore. And so, and you feel like you're doing it wrong. You feel like you're doing everything wrong, but it's not always that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes our bodies just don't always work the way we hope that they would work. So I'm super excited about this procedure. I will do my best to keep you guys posted. Again, thank you all for following my journey. I promise this year to do better at keeping you guys posted. I am, like I said, I'm here in Virginia, so my team is going to be at Martha Jefferson Hospital. My current surgeon who follows me is Dr. Snow. And I love the team. I love Martha Jefferson. They rock. 10 out of 10. I love them. My primary care is through them. Like all of my everything, my health, everything with my health, I go to Martha Jefferson because of my surgery and because of everything. And it's so easy for them to kind of let each other in on everything that's going. So anyhow, I love you, ma'am. I love you, sir. You guys have a great day. Remember that you are beautiful inside and out, and we're gonna do this thing 2020, baby. Mwah. Love you guys.